chill most of the time. And, I mean, well, crack kind of jokes a little bit. We're kind of goobers, just playing for fun, trying to win at the same time. You know, that's what the game's about: having fun and winning.
Yep. All right. Good vibes and a good attitude. So now, is there a moment that you guys had in the season that you've enjoyed the most?
Probably after the last game of the regular season, because as anybody knows, we're kind of like a 1-1 team, and we just secured our spot in the playoffs with the 2-0, which was unlock us getting a 2-0. So we were all pretty hype about it.
Nice. Definitely something exciting for a team. And on your team, what would you say, who's the it factor? Who is the person that makes big plays for you guys or has just been so consistent for you all season?
I'd probably say with Shrug, definitely. Like, we'll be down 1v4, 14-13. I just lay back in my chair and be like, yeah, he's gonna win this. I already know it. That's just who he is. He just wins those. I've never seen him lose them.
So he just has that clutch gene then.
Yeah, he's the clutch gene. I just surround myself with clutch gene.
All right, nice. And then last question for you. If you could remove one agent from the game, who would you remove?
Probably Deadlock. She's bad. I think you would have to completely overtune this character for her to be good. I just think like the motion sensors activating off sound. I think maybe the GravNet probably needs like a rework, because maybe that's something like KJ Molly. I thought something like that. And the wall, stage wall exists. I think that's just better. You can stand on top of it and do some rap plays and stuff like that.
Yeah, I kind of agree. There's definitely a lot more work needed for Deadlock and R for it to be even worthy of consistent play.
Yeah.
All right, thank you, Pingu, or Elam. Thank you for stopping by.
Can I leave off with something?
Sure, go ahead.
Nah, I'd win.
Well, that's what we're here to witness. Thank you for joining.
Thank you.
All right, and our next interview is going to be with Stick. Welcome, Stick.
Hello.
Hey, Stick, big fan.
Hello.
All right, Stick. What stands out for you the most on your team? Like, what's the energy that you guys have when you're playing? What are team vibes like?
To be honest, as a team, I feel like we just like having fun in each game. I don't think we're too serious when we go into the game, and we kind of just like mellow out if we're losing, and then we start locking in. But mostly it's kind of just fun vibes. We're all just having a good time.
Yeah, that's
you
kind of.
mentioned mellowing out. What happened that last regular season game against KC? I think it was.
Against KC or against MF?
It was against MF. Sorry, yep, that was the team. Yeah. What happened against them?
During the first game, we were kind of taking it serious, and then after we lost like a pretty crucial round, we started to, like, I wouldn't say not care, but not take it as serious as we were. And then the second game, you know, we were just trying something out. We didn't really care that much since we had a guaranteed playoff spot.
All right, that's a fair answer. And would there be a moment in the season that you can think back to that you personally enjoy the most?
I'd definitely say it was when we were on Ascent versus, I think it was PA, and we played Yoru, Viper, and like Chamber, Fade, and Omen, and we were just running it down basically, but we also had strats like to back it up, and we were all just having a great time, just playing different agents instead of like the Ascent meta comp.
Right, and that's one of the reasons why I think everyone wants to see Ascent go out of the map pool, is just because of the meta that we've seen time and time again, just constantly. So seeing a different comp like that is usually pretty exciting. So for your team then, who do you say, you can even say yourself, who do you say has that it factor? Who's the X factor player for your team?
I feel like it's different for certain situations, but I'd definitely say jxsn is up there because he's crucial in those clutch moments, and his util usage is just so above par. Like, I haven't seen anyone in VDC with that type of util usage on Omen.
Right, nice. And last question before we let you go. If you could remove one agent from the game, who would you want to remove?
I'd remove Neon, just purposefully, because like I haven't seen anyone play her, and like her, no one's like really like idolized her. You know what I mean?
So like at the higher ranks, probably
Yeah.
Immortal and above, you've
Yeah, I
not
haven't
seen as
seen
much.
I haven't seen a Neon in my competitive games in over like 3 months.
All right, that is definitely not the agent I expected, but hey, we'll take it. That's definitely someone higher skill level than I am giving a pretty good take. So thank you for stopping by, Stick.
Of course.
All right, and I think we will be moving directly into our map bans here shortly.
All I will say is he hasn't faced Queen as Neon. Don't worry, Queen solos I really see as Neon.
Queen solos the league. Queen versus all.
Exactly, and she'll still win. Anyhow, as you've mentioned, let's head into map bans. Let's see if what maps are we expecting to see here? What do you think, Deffau?
I kind of want to see. I'm not expecting it, but I do want to see. After hearing that, I want to see Ascent. I want to see the Viper play on Ascent in this high level of competition. You know, because it's just a different taste. It kind of takes the blandness out of the map. So when you see different comps that can actually work well if they have planned strats for it, that's definitely something that can be exciting for us to see.
And talking about Ascent, now we know one of them. The default meta comp for Ascent has always been the KJ, right? But with the KJ turret nerf, do you think it changes the comp on there? Because the turret is still looking at main, right? I mean, only the field of view for the turret's changed, but it's still looking at the same. It's still looking at main if you put it at CT boxes.
Yeah, I think the KJ nerf is going to have a slight effect, not a major effect, because she's still very viable. So it looks like possibly a Ascent and a Breeze ban here, from what I can see. First from Double Taps, they banned Ascent, and then I think IE banned Breeze.
Seems like a smart move, right? I mean, looking at IE, I mean, Stick was mentioning their Ascent of how different it is than from the usual metacom that you see. So I think TT's done their homework and, you know, banned Ascent so that, because you don't want to face a comp that you've never faced. So instead of going into a game such as the semifinals unprepared for whatever the comp can throw at you, might as well be prepared and approach maps that you know that you will have a better chance of winning.
Right, that's a great point. And it looks like a pick map for Double Taps is going to be Sunset, and I'm personally excited to see that because I know of some specific agents that have some pretty busted util for the map that I've both played against and played with. So I'll be excited. Yes. 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 I played with a stupid Cypher cam or against that I didn't notice until round 6, and saw just how powerful Cypher can really be on this map.
I don't play Cypher, and I think it was last night I decided to. In my games I found Sunset, right, and none of my teammates wanted to play like a Sentinel, so I'm like, you know what, screw it, I'll play Cypher. And you don't need any setups for Cypher now. It's literally just chuck your trip on the wall, put a the cyber cage there, and then you can just play off of it. That's it. You don't need specific setups or anything. Cypher is just so busted now.
Yeah, you can still pull off some one ways on the main entryway.
Well, one ways are like, okay, that's trying too much. But like even someone who doesn't play Cypher, You don't need setups to just outshine all the other agents on the map.
So you're saying gunplay is going to have a better factor than util?
Oh no, Cypher's util just outsmarts everything on that map.
All right. Okay.
I hate the trip on A main with a passion because I cannot seem to break it no matter what.
You just gotta have a Raze or a Sova or a Breach, some util that can break it without having to peek out too early from it. And finally get to see our next map pick. It's gonna be Haven, picked from IE. It's a pretty staple map, or a map that we've seen consistently throughout VDC. And knowing that IE does have different comps that they like to test out and kind of see what works, see what doesn't work. I'm kind of interested to see if they're going to stick with a mainstream comp or kind of switch it up, kind of try and throw the other team off tonight.
While we wait for the next ban, what do you think of Haven being removed from the competitive map pool for episode 8?
I'm happy about it, but I'm also not happy because I wanted Ascent gone personally. Haven being gone, I think the reasoning is they don't want there to be 2 3-site maps in the main pool, which is an interesting reasoning, but I think removing Ascent just because of how long it's been in the game and with very minimal changes to it and some of the bugs and wallbang spots that you can do are kind of the reason why a lot of people want that map gone. And so the last ban that we see is going to be Split, which for me is sad. I love Split. It's one of my personal favorite maps just because of the opportunities for double smokes.
Well, Split is also a great map where you can just solo play. Like, you can have a solo controller as well. But Split is also a map where you can just get rolled no matter what side you're on.
That's a fair point, because normally in lots of even pro play you'll see a double duelist setup where whether it's Jet and Raze, those are the two typical ones, and I think not having to worry about mid control so often, especially after playing Sunset and Haven, it's probably going to be a little bit relaxing. So we'll see what the next map pick is going to be here with this decider map.
And Split actually is a good ban, I think, for IE, because the last time I was casting their game, I think it was the last match day, IE versus MF basically rolled them. But hey, IE maybe had done some homework, and now maybe they had a scrim scheduled. Maybe they learn from their mistakes. Maybe they're just better. Yeah, you never know.
That's one of the things too. It's also just kind of how the players are feeling that night, how they're playing. I mean, there's also different teams, different setups. So next ban, the final ban, is going to be Bind, and so we will see 2 3-site maps today. We're going to see Lotus as our decider map if we go to three games.
I like that. Honestly, actually, I like Lotus. Would you say with the changes that the Lotus has gone through, would you say it's changed from a attacker-sided map to a defense-sided map now?
I don't think so. I still think it's very attacker-sided, because the only thing that you really have to worry about for C-site with the changes, it is a much more open map. It's not as confined, so you only have to worry about that quick left turn entry. You just have to worry about someone sitting on top of that box. But most of the changes I think are really good for C-site. B-site being a little bit more open kind of makes it less of a death box, it feels like. And then the slower door movement I think is a really good change for the map too. So overall I just think the map changes have been improvements for Lotus.
Yeah, I definitely agree. Lotus seems like a good map now, and B seems like a site that you have an option to hit, because otherwise in my head I'm like, oh, I'm gonna save run, that's when I'm hitting B. Otherwise I don't even consider B side. I'm like, oh, A or C, that's it.
Because there's just some rounds I'll quote FNS when he was playing in a stream. Felt like the battle of Thermopylae with how much util was getting dumped their way, just B main with all the ults and the util. So maybe B being a little bit more opened up can kind of prevent that kind of situation. But again, it's also just going to be on team chemistry, how well you're communicating with each other, how well you play with each other. That's going to be, I think, the deciding factor for tonight, because knowing that these are very high level players, they know what they're doing, they just have to trust in each other. They're going to hit their shots, but just make sure that they're playing well with each other.
While we're talking about that, side select's gone on through, and IE will be attacking first on Sunset, whereas Double Taps, I think the name is Twice? Yes, Twice, they will be attacking on Haven. We're just waiting for a side select on map 3 if it does go through. But Lotus, I think will be the home team choosing, and they definitely would want to choose, well, attack, right? Because you get more around. I mean, yeah, couldn't really lead on there.
Mm-hmm. Something that I'm going to be kind of curious to see personally for the Sunset, knowing that IE has incorporated Viper on maps that aren't typically used for Viper, like Sunset. I want to see if they're going to use Viper for this map. I've seen it's been used before in pro play. Teams like Cloud9 have incorporated it before. And for Lotus, we're going to have Double Taps starting on defensive side and IE starting as attackers.
Map bans are done. I'm ready to indulge in some Mythic content here. Semi-finals between Orion, I think is IE's Mythic team name, Orion versus Twice.
Yes.
We're just waiting on the players to be ready and final confirmation, and we will be heading into map 1. I believe it's Sunset, with IE attacking. I'm excited. Are you, Deffau?
I'm really excited. Again, I want to see Cypher. I want to see if